Okay, so I'm kind of, thank you. Yes, hi, I'm Dave. So sweet, so sweet. Stop, more, stop. Okay, so I'm going to kind of be the pitch hitter for those last two sessions. My mind is thoroughly blown with what you can do to hack everything nowadays. So what I have been thinking about with all this metadata around us is taking this technology and making magic out of it. So I love this quote. Harold had this at one of the MLOVEs in Monterey, that any advanced technology should be indistinguishable from magic. Big fan of that. But all this boils down to communications and networks. And the first communication networks before telegraph, which was not mainstream, but were rotary phones in your house. I don't know how many of you had these. I remember party lines too, so you could listen in on other people's conversations, which was early hacking for the telephone. But then the mobile phone changed all that. So the mobile phone allowed you to not call a place, but to call a person. And I'm super happy about this phone because on the beginning of my month-long trip in Europe, I met the inventor of this phone and I had him autograph it. So this one is like super geekalicious. So that fundamentally changed communications. And now we're literally in the matrix. We've got supercomputers in our pocket. We've got telephony and WebRTC in our browser. We've got tablets in our lap that last hours and hours and hours. We have devices on our wrist. And right now these devices either collect data, like this Misfit, or they present data, like the Talk Watch I have here. So each of these technologies will merge together, and they'll eventually be your phone. So you'll walk around making phone calls on your wrist, much like Dick Tracy. And you'll probably have a really cool vehicle that has an LTE connection in it. So again, further connectivity. So when we have like 7 phone numbers for our body, right? We have our car, our watch, our tablet, and our phone. Calling people is going to be a mess. So we're thinking about identity. And maybe one of these devices that I do my activity tracking with is my ID. And as I move from device to device, like my television set, which might have a Skype capability, or my car with LTE, my number follows me from each of these devices. And as you progress, what happens in the mall? And most of us here have seen the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise. And as he walked through the mall, it did eyeball recognition. And it would identify him by, hello, Tom. How would you like to buy a Lexus? Or a Guinness would taste great right now. My mall is a little bit different. This was a virtual reality try-on clothes thing with Kinect, and it had physics. So as I moved and danced, the dress would blow up. So it was really cute when I lifted it up too. I had jeans on, don't worry. So with all this data, all this hyper connectivity, are we too connected? Are we just right? So how many of you have done a super log off where you delete yourself from Facebook for a day, a month, a week, whatever, a few super log offs? And there's companies that are starting which will help manage your passwords and keep you off your online social media accounts, which I think is crazy. And then you've got this hyper quantification of self. Dan took this picture of both of my devices here, both the collect data device and the display device. And then you've got the Fitbits, Fuel Bands. Anyone wearing these things? How many people are quantifying their motion throughout the day? Yeah, okay, fewer than I expected. And then your home's being connected, right? So Google bought Nest recently for $4 billion. Then you have the YThings scale, which monitors your weight throughout the course. You have a few people use YThings. So more and more data. And as Amish said, who owns this data? Who gets rights to it? And then with things like Snowden, more data than we ever could have imagined, like keystroke loggers. When you type on your keyboard, this data is coming into the matrix as well. So very exciting stuff. But none of this is really new. This month is the 20th anniversary of O.J. Simpson driving down the 405 in a low-speed chase, and his cell phone was used to track where he was by lighting up those cell phone towers. So what we're doing today with our smartphones and GPS and next-generation products that may or may not have been talked about in the last session will be here to stay. So congratulations on quantifying your life and the cloud around you. So thank you.